All right,
Sorry.
3, 2, 1.
I'm good.
We're good? We're good. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Take Your Mark podcast. I'm your host, Emmy.
And I'm Ruchi.
And this is going to be a comfy, cozy, silly episode because we are recording at night. We've both worked a full day. So this is going to be interesting. Yeah. So I swam this morning. I've been going consistently.
Yay.
Yeah, I forget if I mentioned this last time. It seems like this group does a little less yardage than I would otherwise want, but like it's more than I would otherwise it's more than I'm doing if I didn't go to this. So like I'll take it, you know. But yeah, that's been good.
Yeah.
I've been spending long hours at work, and that's my life. How have you been?
Just living, surviving. I haven't been working as much as you. But I feel like
that's a good thing.
Just been still long and draining regardless. Yeah. Yeah, still trying to keep up the trend of doing things for myself every weekend. So, trying to keep that up. Trying to make sure I keep up with doing things that actually like give me life and not just work all the time. So, and that's why I'm here, cuz this gives me life. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here, everybody. I'm here for you.
I know. I've been trying to like
But yeah, that's it with me.
I've been trying to, stay active, do stuff for myself. And I've been good about it, but also like I feel like I didn't actually do that much this past week/weekend, but my body is so sore right now. Like I mentioned this before we hopped on the call, but like my knees killing me, my shoulder, ow, and my chest every once in a while just decides to like send shooting pain through my ribs, and I'm like, can we stop? Like
I think that's because you're 23 now.
I know, I'm so old. Oh yeah, my birthday happened.
Oh,
that too.
Speaking of, Emmy's birthday happened. Happy belated birthday!
Thanks,
Yeah.
yay.
So she's now 1 year older than me. So everybody,
my body's breaking down. It's geriatric now. Like,
right. I'm sure once my birthday rolls around, I'll be like, ugh, and you'll be like, yeah, that's what happens when you turn 23.
yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, that's really it with me. I mean, just living.
Oh God, we're so boring now. It's just like, I
Yeah,
go to
it's
work and then I do this like one fun thing a week.
There's no like last time in the last season you were talking about like going to like a strip club or something, and like there was like a whole story, right?
Oh
and like
yeah, no, that's
week,
how I turned 23.
Like, hey guys,
or I turned 22.
Yeah.
this year I made butternut squash pasta sauce with my roommate, and I was asleep by 9:30 p.m. So in my defense, it was a Sunday night. Like I had work the next day. Like, oh no. I lost my headphone.
We've
We're
officially made it, everybody. We are
old.
I don't even know what we are. We're old. We're unks.
We're adults. Dude, my birthday present from my mom was that she subsidized my couch. Like I've reached that point where helping get furniture is a birthday present. Which granted, I'm so grateful. Couches are so fucking expensive. Oh my God, I did not realize. But yeah, that's
crazy.
The point I'm at.
That's crazy.
So
yeah, that's crazy. My birthday present is just going to be like a month's car payment. Like it's going to be something like that too.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. My mom watches these episodes. Please don't pay for that. Like I know you're listening to me right now. Don't pay for a month of car payment, please. Don't spend that much. I see you. I know you're watching this. Don't spend that much.
Oh, I did. Wait. I don't know if I can reach it. Okay, the other thing I got was this might not work. I might fall out of my chair.
Okay.
I got a survival kit advent calendar. This actually kind of relates to what we're going to talk about today. So
Ooh.
every day of Advent, I'll get to open a new little survival tool for the wilderness.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so I'm actually genuinely very excited about this.
I'm actually very excited for you. That's sick.
I'll report back. I'll report back to the podcast on what I get.
Yeah, you gotta. Definitely gotta. We'll revisit this back in January, I guess.
Yeah. I can give an update midway through December, although that probably then won't come out until January. So yeah, we'll tell you in January. Anyways, should we get into
the actual meat of this episode?
Yeah. So this is going to be our first one of this kind of new format we're sort of giving a go. And today, sorry, were you?
I was like, it kind of new format. I feel like it's
Kinda.
not. It's just like a new topic that like we've never even broached before. So I feel like it feels like new territory.
Yeah.
But like the format is not that different. But anyway, keep going.
Anyways,
we're doing great.
Today we're talking about hiking and backpacking. Let's go.
Yay. Yeah.
It's honestly probably for both of us, I would say like one of our favorite forms of fitness. Like it's up there.
100%. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I've done, I think this year has kind of been my like year and a half-ish, probably about a year of like getting into more backpacking and like really committing to like backcountry hiking. But I feel like recently you've been doing, like I haven't actually been hiking in the past like close like month and a half. And I feel like you've been a lot more consistent with just like getting out there and doing
I've tried.
If you want to talk a bit about kind of like why you started doing that, what you are like, just kind of what, like, yeah, why you're doing it, what you're getting out of it, and how it's been.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So basically I think it started right after I came back from my trip. I kind of missed the, I guess, child in me that was like, let's go outside and explore or whatever. Like, just like the feeling of like going somewhere and exploring and just kind of like having no plan and like going, just literally just showing up and like walking around, or even just like the, like, I guess, adventure in me. I'm not much of like a thrill seeker, but like that kind of like exploration stuff like really excites me. So like that kind of, I guess the kid in me that was like, oh my God, that kid was like, let me out of this cage. So I was like, you know what, let me go on a hike. So I first went to a hike that was like 45 minutes north of here, and it was really fun. I think it was like 8 or 9 miles, so it wasn't nothing. It was like a good chunk.
No, that's a solid distance. Like,
yeah, it was pretty good. And I just remember it was like incredibly hot and I was so sweaty. And then sitting in the air conditioned car afterwards was like the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
But
Dude,
that hike was really fun, and like, yeah, go on.
I was just saying, by the time you get to the end of the hike, like seeing your car is the best view.
Yes.
Or the bathroom, depending how the hike is going.
No, so real. Yeah. The view of your car in the parking lot is like, oh my God, I'm so back. But yeah. So I did that one, and then I kind of was like, it felt good to like do that, especially because I had just come off of like a solo trip where all I did for that period of time was explore and like walk around and adventure. So it was like, I feel like that, like, I guess the spark that was there was like I still wanted to like do it. It like there was still a spark there. So then I did that hike, and then I think I took a few weeks off, but then I kind of started to think, and I was like, I should try and make something a routine so that every week I have something that I'm like doing for myself. Like I said in the intro, and like I was talking to you about, was like I want to do something for myself every weekend. That's something that's like going to keep me sane. Because when you start working, it's like a consistent cycle. Like it feels like you never get out of it. You start and you like don't ever stop. So I started doing it weekly. I think now I've done it probably like 6 weeks in a row ish. I didn't do it last weekend because of this podcast episode, season 2, episode 1. Editing that episode took me 2 whole days. So I didn't go on a hike this past weekend. So if you can't tell, I'm insane today. This just proves that you need to do hikes every weekend. But anyway, so I didn't do one last weekend, but I think I did one like the previous 6 weekends before that. So I've been doing it consistently, and each week I go to a different park, like a different state park, and I go and I just do like a hike, and then distance varies, usually between, I would say 4 miles to like 8 miles currently tends to be the distance. So like a very mid-distance hike, not like a super long one, but also not too short either. And yeah, I don't know if I answered all your questions, but I do it now and I like it. It's fun. It's a good way to stay sane and get outside.
What's been like, I mean, you've kind of touched on this with like, doing something for yourself, getting outside. What would you say has been like, I mean, I guess maybe this is what you've gotten out of it, but like, I guess to me, when you say like you want to do something for yourself, that's kind of the reason to go. What then have you been like getting out of it?
Well, besides like the fitness benefits of like getting steps in and like, getting the kind of endurance build up, besides that, I guess I would say being outside is a good one, like fresh air. Because, I feel like when you work, you spend so much time inside. And especially too on work days, like most of the time you go to work, come home, and then sleep, and then go to work again. So there's not really much time you really spend like outside. So it's good to like get fresh air, and like have like a good solid chunk of time where you're like outside. So those are big things. I also feel like there's that sense of, we talked about swimmer calm. There's kind of a similar thing of like nature calm. Like you just, when you're in like in the woods and you're just walking around, you're just like, where am I? Like, and you're able to kind of, I guess, like disassociate from all the stuff that's happening, like maybe in your personal life or in your work life, whatever. So you're able to kind of separate yourself, and then you kind of come back to it after. And like a lot of places too, you won't have service, so it's not even like you can be on your phone. Yeah, so that helps too. Is like you can't even like really like do things on your phone. Though there are some places you can be on your phone, like certain state parks you can go to and you can hike while on your phone, which I think, I mean, we'll get into it later, but for beginners, I think that's definitely a like sense of relief to be able to have like some level of contact. But yeah, I would say that's what I get out of it. But yeah, I mean, let's talk about your experience hiking. I know you said you haven't been really doing it recently, but like, what purpose does it serve for you when you do really get into a routine of doing it? And like, same with backpacking. That's something I haven't actually ever done. So if you want to talk about that, I mean, very cool stuff. I remember your trips you went on. Those photos looked sick. I will say I was very jealous.
They're so fun. I get a pretty similar thing out of hiking. I've never been as consistent with it as I want to be, because I still get a little bit nervous about that, just like kind of about that, being alone somewhere and like not having a way of contacting people. I have an emergency device now that like I'll take with me, and that definitely helps. But it's something that I've always wanted to be better about, is just being like, I'm just going to go, you know?
Mm-hmm.
um but in general, like, I think for me hiking is like, it's like it's a need that builds up, like especially living in a city. I feel like just over time this thing just builds up of like, I need to like not just be outside and touch grass. Like, I need to be
Mm-hmm.
surrounded by trees. I need to be in nature. Like, I need to
Yeah.
get out of here. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
starting to feel a little bit of that right now. So, um,
Join me.
yeah.
Join me on
So,
this path.
so yeah, I think that's a big thing. And also, like you said, with the disconnecting, it does make me nervous. But like, I think that's something that's fun with backpacking too. Is like, you're gone for multiple days. Like, I would just
Mm-hmm.
I put my phone in airplane mode for like 4 days when I was on a trip one time. And like,
Yeah.
that feeling was incredible. It takes a little getting used to. I'm so much more online than I should be. You know
I
what, this
am
should actually
also
be a future
chronically
episode,
online.
is that like we should
Yeah.
just delete social media for a bit. I need to
Low
do
key, I'd be
that.
down.
I need to do that.
Honestly, Emmy, I'm down because I'm so online, it's actually a problem. Like, I think
Yeah.
I'm so online that, like, everyone can almost always expect a response from me, which just isn't how it should be.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's a really big thing for me, is just like forcing myself to be offline. And like, this is how I kind of know that I have a problem with my phone, is for like that first day, like, you still kind of habitually check.
You're
But
like,
then after that,
you,
it's like,
yeah.
but then
Yeah.
after that, like, it's so nice. Especially because like most of the trips that I've done have been with like I think if I was doing it solo, it would be a little bit harder. Um, just because like you're truly alone with your thoughts, which for a day hike, fantastic. Overnight,
Right. Right.
but like when I've
Right.
been
That's
with,
that's honestly one of the reasons I haven't done it.
yeah, but like the trips I've done, it was either in a group or I was with like a really good friend, and that was just nice because like you could kind of hang out with each other without distractions.
Mhm.
Um,
Right.
we were a little bit distracted by the possibility of bears, but that aside,
But that's
no
different.
distractions. Yeah.
Yeah.
um,
Not the possibility of your Instagram not getting likes or, like something
yeah,
stupid like that.
exactly. Yeah. So I think that was a very long winded way of just saying like the disconnecting is nice. It is also, I mean, it's such a
Mhm.
good workout. Like, something that I've been doing recently is like just going for long walks. Honestly, like, it's not it's not the same as hiking, but that just like
Mhm.
low steady state cardio where you never get like super tired while doing it, but at the end you're like so satisfied by like
Right.
the kind of like workout that you did, and like the feeling of sitting down at the end
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
incredible. So,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I honestly it's funny cuz I haven't really explored. I mean, I've walked, don't get me wrong. I've done walks, but like I just always I feel like need the kind of I just like being in the woods. Like I'm not like someone who likes just walking around like the city or like walking I don't know, like up and down the street. Like I'm such a like I want to be like surrounded by trees where like there's nobody and like it's super like quiet and just like you can just hear the sounds, like the birds chirping and like the wind blowing. Yeah, it's like it's honestly kind of poetic, but yeah. That's
yeah.
like what I crave.
I
I don't
think for
know.
me there's the kind of two different things where it's like if I'm hiking, like, yeah, phone off, I'm out there, like you said, you know, you're surrounded by nature, you're listening to the trees, like, and it's so just like pretty, and in some ways, I don't know. I think some people think this sounds bad, but it makes you feel like really insignificant in a good way.
Yeah.
You know, you just feel very
Yeah.
small, and it's like, yeah, the world
Right.
is like, it's just doing its own thing out here, and it's fantastic.
Mhm.
um, I feel like long
Yeah.
walks for me are different. Like that's where I'll put on like a podcast or something, or like listen to music, and I'll go and like it's the same. That one's more like physically kind of the same experience. Mentally, emotionally, it is very different though.
Mm.
And I think that's kind of what separates hiking, because like I walked 12 miles last Saturday, um, kind of by accident. I didn't really mean to do that. But like even
By
doing that, it's
accident.
well, okay. So I like walked 7 miles, and then I realized I walked another three, and then I walked another two to go to dinner. So it just like all kind of added up. Um,
Oh, so it wasn't like 12 altogether. Like, I
no,
mean,
it was
at
like
once. It was
yeah, it
spread out
was
throughout the day. Okay.
yeah, it was like 7.5, and then a couple hours of break, and then another three, and then I climbed in the middle, and then another two to go to dinner. It was a whole thing.
Got you.
Um, how did you get into hiking? Like at first?
Honestly, I can't even tell you. I think it was a lot of like, it was honestly probably like family trips growing up because so my family historically is not a city family, first of all, and second of all, not a beach family. So
Okay.
whenever we would go on vacation, our road trips were like, we're gonna go to the Grand Canyon. We're gonna go to Yellowstone. Like it was always like national parks. Like Yosemite was one of our road trips. Death Valley. Like we always went to like national parks that are like mountainous and like there's hiking in the area pretty much
Mm-hmm.
always. So we would go and we would hike. And I feel like that was like a main activity part of our trips, which I think it's objectively funny that like out of all of us cousins, I think I'm the only one who like really likes hiking. um I guess I was the only one that like got converted into being a hiking lover, whereas everyone else was like, I hate this, never again. um but yeah, I really enjoy it, and I think like it's all started from that, and then like slowly but surely then I kind of started to do it on my own, and now here we are. But I there's not like a moment I can remember where I was like, oh, I love it now. But
Yeah.
like it just happened. What about you? How did you get into I mean, backpacking was recent. You could even talk about that. How did you get into
Yeah.
backpacking?
Backpacking was definitely more recent. That was something that like I had kind of had an interest in, and then like I just got lucky that my mom was also interested in trying it, and so I like kind of had that in, because we'll get into this in a little bit. Backpacking. Wait, what am I saying? I can't. Backpacking is.
I am leaving this in for sure. What the hell just
Did,
happened?
did I just say the same thing like 4 times? I don't know.
You
Oh,
said
okay.
backpacking, then said backpacking, then said backpacking, and then went, what am I saying? And I was like, what are you
To
doing?
me, I thought I was skipping a syllable. I don't know. Okay.
No, you were saying it
Backpacking
a
is
little
so
bit like
expensive.
you definitely were putting tones on things. Like you were saying first you said like backpacking, then you were like backpacking. Like it sounded different. But anyway, this is what happens when you record a podcast on a Tuesday evening.
Yeah.
At 8:40 for me. But yeah,
Yeah. It's slightly earlier for me, but yeah, so it was like I got lucky that my mom got into it at the same time, because it's so expensive, and so she was kind of able to like subsidize that a bit for me, because I when we first started, like I didn't have a job, so I was still kind of financially reliant on her for at least some stuff.
mm-hmm.
And also like we could split some of the equipment, we could share stuff, and um like even just split up the work for like finding trips and information that are good to do for like beginners for your first time. Um but I asked about how you got into hiking, because I think like whether you're a hiker or not, or at least whether you like know how to hike or not, is so dependent on like what activities your family did as a kid. Kind of the same way as sports,
Yeah.
but like like there's people now who like their families were they were skiing families growing up, and so like every winter they'd go on
Yeah.
ski vacations. But if you don't
Mm-hmm.
start it as a kid now, like I would love to get into skiing, but it's so hard now because like it's not something that I did growing
Yeah.
up. So everyone who likes to ski has already been doing it for years. And so
Right.
like
Yeah.
you want to go, and there's no other beginners to go with. And I feel like it's a similar thing with hiking, is like if your family didn't go as a kid, it feels way more intimidating to like try and start when you're older.
Mhm.
Um,
But what's
I mean, it's
nice
like that
about
with any
hiking
activity,
though
but
is I feel like it's much easier. It's a much easier sport to start
it is for sure. Yeah. But I think it
because
still just
really
feels
all you need
intimidating.
is a park and shoes.
Yeah.
And even
I
to
will say
start,
though,
they don't
get
need to
good
be
shoes.
specifically hiking shoes. Well, to
They don't,
start, you don't really need hiking shoes. I mean,
that's
it
true.
depends on the hike, but
Yeah.
to
If
start, you
you're
could always just
starting,
start with sneakers.
yeah. As long as you're not trying to start with a super intense hike, sneakers are fine.
Yeah, don't
I'm
start
I'm a
with an 18-mile hike that's like 3,000 feet of elevation. Just
yeah.
like, don't, you know,
Just don't do that.
don't do that.
Yeah.
Start with like a little 5K and progress from there.
Yeah. And I think too now with at least this side, like speaking of being online, the side I'm on outdoorsy social media a lot of the time. And I think it's
Hmm.
very easy to see people who are like, I started hiking at 25 and now look at me doing this 2-week trip. And I'm like, okay, but that's your job. First of all.
Right.
And B, like, they have more access to stuff. I'm like, I
Hmm.
part of why I haven't been doing a lot of hiking here is like I don't even know where the parks are. I don't know where I can like safely go hiking alone. And
Hmm.
honestly, I don't have time to figure that out right now. Um
Fair.
so I don't know. I feel like even though theoretically hiking is a a sport or a form of exercise, depending on how you want to classify it, with like a fairly low barrier to entry. So like you're saying, you really just need shoes and like a park with a trail. Um,
Right.
and water, I would say. Bring water, bring snacks.
Yeah, I mean,
You can never
yeah.
go wrong with those.
Water.
Um,
Yeah.
but it's still like, I mean, I was saying this earlier too, like, I still get kind of intimidated at the thought of like, I'm just going to pick a trail and go. Like,
Hmm.
and that's as someone who like did grow up doing, a fair amount of hiking with my family and who has done some like longer, more intense trips now. And so I don't know. I don't really know where I'm going with this. I don't have the brain power to like connect all the dots,
Well,
but those are just
well, I
thoughts.
mean, I will say that, like, before I go on a hike on like Saturday, usually like Friday or Thursday, I look for trails. And shout out All Trails, man. That app, such a good app. So shout
Yeah.
out to them. I use that app like all the time now because whenever I want to pick a hike, like you can kind of like filter it based off of what you want. And then like all of those hikes have like reviews too. So like a lot of them will be like, hey, like this hike is incredibly steep. Like don't do it if you don't have good shoes and like poles. And I'm like, well, I don't have them, so I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
So like you have more, I would say, like you'll get more of that feedback, especially with All Trails, which is really nice. So that's what I do at least. And yeah, you're right. I mean, like it is slightly intimidating because I'll never know if it's good as like a solo hiker. But the thing is, like, I'd rather go and like explore the area, even if the trail ends up being ridiculously hard and like stupid. Like, if I show up and I'm like, okay, this trail is not what it says online, then I can always turn around. And I'm
Yeah.
like, at least like, and I'm sure most state parks have more than one trail. So if one fails, you can always just kind of pop over to the other one and be like, hey, is this one any better? And then, figure it out from there. But honestly, like if you go to like a state park a lot of the times too, like especially the like local ones, you'll see people on the trail as well. Like you won't be
Yeah.
alone. If you go to like a really obscure one that's like 18 miles of trails, like there's a good chance you'll end up alone. But if you're in like a state park, like actually part of it, most of the time there'll be at least one person you meet on the trail. So that's my advice, at least, for if you want to do it solo. Honestly, start with one other person. Find a person who also wants to do it and start. But don't let that hold you back, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I think a lot of times people won't start because they don't have anyone to start it with, but you don't need somebody to start it with you. Like, you can always do things by yourself. And then, along the way, you might meet people who want to do it with you, and that's great. They can come with you. but don't like hold it back. Don't let it hold you back from doing it just because, oh, I need someone to come with me. So yeah, that's my 2 cents to bounce off of what you said.
Yeah. No, I think that definitely makes sense. It's like you can't just wait for other
Mm-hmm.
people. And I think that's something I'm
Yeah.
still working on. So, I don't know. I'll work on that, I guess.
Like we said, start off with parks that that you'll have like Wi-Fi at, that you're more confident about that, even at parks
Mhm.
that have like less elevation or more flat, like notes like that. Just keep an eye out for it, and just start with trails that are classified as easy, and then kind of move your way up, like increase the length, increase the difficulty, the incline, and yeah, you'll get there. It'll take a little bit of time, but you'll get there. You'll build the endurance. It's good.
Yeah. I think that is really good advice for hiking, and some of it, like the stuff you're saying at the end there, also applies, I would say, if you're trying out backpacking for the first time. But do not try backpacking alone for your first time.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
um,
backpacking is like a commitment. I feel like because hiking, you can go on like I said, a 5K hike, and that's like a couple hours of your day. You're not like
yeah,
sleeping anywhere. You're gonna go home at
yeah.
the end of your hike. Yeah. So
Although, but there are ways like,
hiking. I'm speaking about hiking. Let me just put
yeah.
that line out here,
Oh
okay?
no, you
I
froze
am
again.
not talking about backpacking. I was just saying I am not talking about backpacking. So I'm just making a disclaimer.
Yeah.
So disclaimer, not talking about backpacking. Thank you.
So
But
I will
yeah, I
talk
don't know.
about
What advice do
backpacking
you
for a
have
bit.
what advice do you have for someone who wants to try out backpacking?
So I honestly did not start it, like probably the way you should have. Um, my mom and I did a 1 night trip together, which is good. I think you should start with 1 night. Um, but we did about 12 miles until we camped, and then we did about another 11 the next day. Um,
Dang. You guys
and it was about,
committed.
yeah, and like I got stung by a bee about 4 miles in. It was pouring rain for the last 4 miles of our first day. And then my mom slipped on the stairs at our camp and like bruised her shin. Like we thought she broke her leg for like 30 minutes. She was okay. She's okay. Um,
Oh my god,
like
that sounds like a
it's just one of those
disaster.
things. Luckily, so the one good thing we did do, our camp was near a parking lot. If we needed to get picked up, we could be picked up. Um,
Okay.
and the other good thing we did was that we started, like when we did our like the section of trail that we chose a section on the Appalachian Trail, which is a
Lovely.
super popular trail. There's tons of people on it. We passed so many people during that trip. And it's like, it's a well maintained trail. There's like, actually ended up staying in like one of the shelters on the trail rather than in our
Hmm.
tent because it was pouring rain. Um, so like we were actually dry all night. And there's also like, I mean, you have to, check this ahead of time, but like there's water spouts with potable water. So we didn't have to like purify our own water and stuff like that. Um, so I will say definitely like start with a well known trail that there's like a ton of research out there. All Trails is great, but it is all like community sourced. I think it's for like backpacking. I will say I think it's good to also go to like the actual park website, get their trail map, get their like information about closures, about where the water spouts are, and then you can kind of like cross reference to All Trails if people say like, "Hey, this isn't actually well maintained," or like that sort of stuff.
Hmm.
But I think more
Yeah.
like backpacking just requires more research. Is like the
It
the
makes
long and short of
sense. It's
it.
definitely much more effort in general. That makes a
Yeah,
lot
it
of
there's
sense.
just there's a lot of added risks that come with once you're staying out overnight, especially like I said, if it's weather dependent, like if it's cold and all of your stuff gets wet, you're gonna have a really unpleasant night. Um, I bought new sheets, um, so I will now have like 4 clashing floral patterns in my room. I'm very excited. Also, we both got our PJs on already. That's how you know it's a good episode, because we're comfy.
Sorry, if you said something, I could not hear you.
It's okay. I was
heard
just
something about sheets, and then
yeah, I just bought a new set of sheets, so I now have a bunch of clashing floral patterns in my room, and it's great.
It's fine.
I don't know. You can cut everything I said out. I was just like saying shit.
I'm back. Sorry, guys. I ran out of storage, so I had to delete a video. So now I'm back. Don't worry. I don't even remember what we were talking about. I'm so tired.
I know. I think I was just saying, like, backpacking is more of a commitment with, like,
yeah.
There's just a lot more safety considerations. A lot of the places where you can go overnight backpacking are, like, you're not going to have cell service. And so, like, you just tend to be in more remote areas. There are ways, like, test out your equipment ahead of time. You know, you can go to a regular campsite and then just, like, try and only use the stuff in your backpack and, like, see how that goes. You can test out doing hikes, like, carrying that weight, because also water is so heavy. Like, your backpack will be so much heavier than you think it will be. Like, every time
I've seen the videos where they weigh the backpacks and it's like 40 pounds, and it's
every
like,
time I've done a trip, at the end of it, my collarbones and my hips are bruised from, like, carrying it. So, like, that happens, and it's not great. It's worth it though. It's so fun. So yeah, I don't know. I would say, like, definitely hike before you backpack. I think that goes without saying, but like, but if it is something that you, like, want to get into, I think there's ways that you can kind of build up to it. Like, they have, sometimes I say that, like, oh, a lot of backpacking stuff is in more remote areas, but there are state parks that have, I think they're either, like, hike-in or walk-in campsites. So they're just, like, they're not right by a parking lot. And those are a really great option, again, for, like, you want to test out, like, what it's like carrying your backpack and having everything that you need in there. And you want to make sure that, like, oh, hey, I really wish that I had this with me. At least now you're only, like, a mile from your car.
Right.
If something goes wrong, you know? And, like, also, I think this is the same thing with, like, most sports. I would say this goes for hiking boots too. Like, you want good quality equipment because you want to make sure that it, like, it lasts and it'll serve you well. But outdoor stuff is so expensive. If y'all ever been to a Patagonia, you've been to an REI, it's so expensive.
It's ridiculous, yeah.
So, like, look for sales, collect stuff slowly over time, because you could easily, like, when I was getting ready for my first trip, I think I spent $600 at REI in one go. And half of that was just the back, like, a third of that was just the backpack. So, like, just some brands, like, they're not worth it. Oh, actually, okay, really big thing. Get fitted for your backpack. Because different brands fit differently. Like, they'll have different widths for their straps, for, like, how far apart they're set. Their hip belts are, like, fitted slightly differently. They have, like, backpacks are sized, so, like, they usually have a small medium and a medium large, but for different brands, like, they're slightly different. Like, if you go to, even if you don't end up buying it from REI, if you go there, like, you can ask them to help fit you. And so, like, you'll try it on, they'll help you adjust it right, look at, like, how it's sitting on your hips and stuff, make sure you have a good range of motion, and then they'll, like, add some weights to it so you can see kind of how it feels with having stuff in there. So honestly, that's my biggest tip, because if your backpack doesn't fit you well, you're going to be in so much pain and it's going to be awful. And, like, you could genuinely injure yourself. So yeah, I've decided really now that's my pro tip.
I didn't even know you could be fitted for a backpack. That's crazy. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you can ask them too for, like, for day hiking bags too. It's just you tend to be carrying less weight in those, so it's not as big of a deal. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, once you get up to carrying like 30 pounds, like you want it to fit you. Um,
Right. For sure.
um, yeah, I don't know. I kind of just rambled a
Yeah.
bit, but those are my thoughts on backpacking. Digging a hole to poop in sucks. Um, so also start out with somewhere that has like a privy or a bathroom if you don't want to have to do that. Backpacking
But
meals
that
are
sounds like it
insanely
would be the best
expensive.
part.
See, okay, look, peeing in the woods is fine. Pooping in the woods, not a fan.
Okay.
Um, wait, I think I sent you this. I forget if I sent you this picture. Um, the trip I took this past summer had like a privy at the campsite we were at, but it was literally just a toilet with like a little privacy wall around it. Um,
I
but
don't
like
know if you sent
not a
that to me or
room, not
not.
a room. I'll send it to you. You can include it here. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
so like, but like look for campsites that have that because it honestly it's just so much easier. Like I can't I you know, it's gross but it's true. Like it's just so much better. Um
Mm-hmm.
and make sure you filter your water because Giardia really sucks. And boil it for like 5 to 10 minutes.
Hot
Safety.
water though, that's such an L. I know that you have to do that, but hot water is an L.
Well, you can let it cool down. Like
Yeah, but like I want
and
ice
also
cold water.
okay, well if you go backpacking when it's cold enough, everything is cold.
Actually, true. Good point.
And then the hot water was actually kind of nice.
I don't think even in the winter I drink hot water, but hey, still cooling it down would get it colder than like if you were in the if it was the summer. So,
Yeah.
not a bad idea actually. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Um but yeah, it's fun. I recommend, but like do your research, take it slow.
Mhm.
You don't need to immediately jump into a 6 months, Jesus, 2 weeks, even 1 week,
6 months is crazy.
more than one night.
Yeah.
I do so. Yeah. Anyways, also try and go with someone who's done it before and has more experience so they can show you what to do. Because I learned a lot doing that and it was great.
Yeah. Good points.
Cool.
So, are we going backpacking then? I need someone to teach me, and you're more experienced.
Oh my gosh, yes, we should.
Speaking of backpacking, I thought this would be a good question to close off the episode.
Yeah.
What is your top 3 backpacking
Oh, we're doing top
destinations?
3. Okay, good. Good.
Yeah, I've changed it to top 3. I initially, before we actually started filming, I had said your top, but I'm gonna make it top 3 because like I have a couple that like I can't choose, so I'm like, let's just do top 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, go for it.
Okay.
What's your top 3?
So, until recently, I would say Banff was definitely up there, but I've done that now. So, I think
Yay!
I don't know if it's the Dolomites or the Dolomites in Italy,
Yeah.
or Mont Blanc in
Also in
France.
my
I'm
top
kind of
3.
tying those the same because they're like, it's the hut to hut hiking in Europe experience.
Mm-hmm.
The El Camino is also on there. I'm not going to put it in my top 3, but it's probably top 5. But I think I
Okay.
might do that with my mom in a couple years. So that's actually like somewhat in the
In the
books.
works. Okay.
The Tiara Roa Trail, I'm definitely not saying that night right because there's too many R's in it. Tiara
Is that the
Roa,
one that you sent me?
yes, it's in New Zealand.
Yeah, that's the one that I played. I played the website out loud in class.
Yeah, whoops.
Yeah. Oops.
That-
Yeah, I do
yeah.
remember that one like very vividly. Yeah, that's in my top 3 too. That one looked really cool after you sent it to me.
Yeah. And then I think the last one would probably be one of like the long trails in the US. So like
Mhm.
either the Appalachian Trail or the Pacific Crest Trail.
Yeah.
I think maybe the AT, just because I've done sections of that already,
Mm-hmm.
and like it would just be really cool to do that like all the way
Start to
through.
finish. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know someone who's doing that. I think right now, like as we
yeah.
speak. But
That's gonna be my
yeah,
next
it
like
seems very cool.
when I'm on a break between jobs. That's what I'll do for 6 months.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah, you kind of said my top already, but the only one is so when I went to the Alps this summer, it was like the best thing. And I know it's like just another mountain, but like it's not just another mountain.
No, they're like
There's something about them, okay? And so I'm like, you said the Dolomites, which I agree. I want to do the hut to hut hiking in the Dolomites, which is like the Italian side of the Alps. But like I do also really want to do more hikes on both the Swiss side and the Austrian side. Honestly, even the French side. Let me just
like
go to
Tour de
each
Mont,
side of the Alps.
yeah, the Tour de Mont Blanc, which it's technically I think it's in like France, Switzerland, and I think it goes into Italy.
Oh, okay. So it is like
That one,
that
but
part of the
it's
Alps.
yeah, but it's like
Yeah.
that one is extremely famous. So I think it can get a little bit crowded, but it's incredible. Like it's famous for a reason, you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But yeah, we could talk about this for forever. But yeah, I agree with your list, and I will just pitch in and say that I love the Alps. So I would love to do more backpacking there or hiking there, and try backpacking there eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually, though, for sure. Not right now. Not first
Yeah,
hike. First backpacking trip. 6 months in the Alps. Let's go, Emmy. Let's get out of here.
I'm down. I'm down.
Let's leave.
I'm
out.
Let me get like 1 or 2 more paychecks first.
Right.
I'm so close. Well, I'm not so close, but I'm over 50% of the way to earning my pay bump. So
Oh, okay.
I gotta get there.
Yeah, definitely get there. I think I'm gonna get my bonus at the end of the fiscal year or something. So let's wait until then, and then
Okay.
we
Okay.
just dip.
And then quit our jobs and run away and
yeah, quit our jobs
go
and
run
have
away
no
together.
income. Yeah, and hopefully by then Take Your Mark will have taken off, and we'll be making money because of this. So then we don't need
Yeah.
a job.
Yeah, but then we have to post on social media all the time, and that's scary.
It's fine, I have fun posting on social media. I like doing it. It's just when there's pressure, that's when I don't like it. But like I would have to, I guess, get around that aspect. And like if
That'll
people
be our
actually
next
like
episode, maybe, or not our next one of them soon.
social media, deleting
Or, like,
it, right?
Not going on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like in deleting it, we have to talk about our experience with it. So
Yeah, I mean, we did kind of touch on social media last season, but
yeah, but there's more.
we love social media.
Unfortunately, I do.
Swiftly moving forward, happy episode 3. Happy episode 3, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, listening, either on Spotify or YouTube, whichever one. Yeah. If you haven't already, follow us on Instagram at Take Your Mark Pod. I mean, if you've subscribed to us on YouTube, find us on Spotify and vice versa. It's still at Take Your Mark Pod. You should comment. You should like, subscribe. Basically everything that every YouTuber / podcaster tells you to do, just do all of them. Like you may as well just go to any other podcast and listen to the outro and just be like, okay, I'm going to do all that stuff for Take Your Mark. Do all of that. And yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in 2 weeks for episode 4.
Woo.
I can't believe we're already on episode 4. Jeez.
I know. And
Crazy.
kind of 5 because prologue.
Yeah.
I don't know.
True.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah,
I'm
I
in my
agree.
gym
We'll have to.
jams.
Yeah, me too.